So what I've done now, is I've asked my very, very dear friend, Mr. Jacob Paulsen, who happens to be a terrific, well-focused young man who has really taken on this whole social media idea, together with David, who has just blown my mind in terms of where he's gone with the whole social media area. And I've asked them to come together to talk to you for the next few minutes about what social media is, what you should be looking at, and what are the important things that you should be focusing on in terms of jumping in and being part of this social media revolution. So with that, I'm going to turn the webcast over to my good friends. First of all, my darling husband, David Feinstein, and my good friend, Mr. Jacob Paulsen. Over to you.
Hi, everybody. Thank you, Ann, for that great introduction. If you could hear us loud and clear, please type yes, so we know that you can hear us. Jacob and I, great. Thank you. Well, today we'd like to talk to you a little bit about becoming part of the social media revolution. And, for sure, this is something that is happening around the world. This isn't just happening in Utah. This is just not happening in America. This is a global happening. It's a revolution that is going on throughout the world. Jacob, tell us a little bit about what social media is today.
Social media, David, is the new media of the world. No longer are people coming home every night and sitting in front of the TV and watching the news. People are no longer going to neighborhood parties and barbecues. Social media is the new media of this planet. It is the way people are interacting with each other. It's the way people are getting information, the way people are learning, as well as the way marketing is being done. And it's this whole new concept and power that's coming around. I love that slide that Ann just got done showing us. Very good illustration.
Great. So the thing about what's going on with social media is that there are so many different websites that are out there that people are able to join and become a member of. One of the things, that I noticed is that today, probably collectively, there are several hundred to maybe even a few thousand different social media websites all throughout the world, some of them in multi-languages, some of them, only in English. And really what you sort of need to do, because you could kind of like overexpose yourself, you sort of need to choose, be selective. The best thing to do is to go in, look at some of them, and sort of probably do some focusing. Some of the ones that I particularly like to focus on is Facebook, is Twitter, YouTube, because YouTube is so popular for people who want to do videos to promote yourself. And remember, part of the thing about social media is creating relationships. And you can create relationships through online video marketing. That's the great thing about it. And then there are several others, places like, MySpace and LinkedIn and, others that are there. So these are just a few of them that we're talking about, and there are many, many more, Jacob.
Absolutely. The key for everyone to understand is that we're not trying to fill up your day full of activities to do. You don't need to spread yourself too thin. Focus on those couple of networks that are going to be best for what it is you're trying to accomplish. For example, if you know that you're working with a certain team, you're trying to network in a certain country or market, do a little research, find out what social networks that they're using, and it can be powerful.
And one of the great things about social networking is exactly what this is. The purpose of it is socialization, creating relationships, branding yourself and your business, your agile business, branding you. It's like you.com, who are you and what you want to say to the public, to the world that's out there, and you don't have to waste a lot of time. You could do this with a couple of hours a week to spend on there and create some relationships with people, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And something that a lot of people in our business forget, David, is that this is not just what we do in social media, but this is how we work our agile business in all medias. We're out there building relationships with people and then transferring belief. And so that's, in addition to all the other things we're doing, we have to continue that within social media. We have to go out there and create relationships with people and transfer that belief.
So much about the MLM or network marketing industry has been sort of, traditional network marketing, belly to belly, one person talking to another person, and being in front of people. What I really like about the social media world is the possibility of doing online social networking, which is sort of like going, as Mike Dillard loved to say, about going to a neighborhood Christmas party. I view going on to, every time I go on Facebook or I go on Twitter or YouTube or any of these things that I use, I like to think of it, well, I have this massive possibility of being able to say hello to many, many people out there. In the case of some of these social networks, there are millions and millions of people that are possible for me to be able to, say hello to. Actually, and that's right, in Twitter I actually have nearly 2,000 friends right now. So the thing of it is, you can make as many friends as you like. There's a gazillion people out there, and probably several million. So just think about the possibility. Think about network marketing, which is a great way to do our business, called the MLM industry, network marketing industry. Traditional methods have always been, belly to belly, meeting with people at a coffee shop, doing a PBR, and all that's wonderful. What I'm talking about is an additional way for you to be able to create more hot prospects to bring and introduce to your opportunity. It's absolutely incredible. It's absolutely incredible.
Absolutely. And the leverage that we're talking about is greater leverage than you can get anywhere else. 250,000 people sign up for a new Facebook account every day.
My goodness.
That's the size of that's a decent sized town that's signing up for Facebook every single day.
What?
More than 70% of those people on Facebook are not even in the U.S. This is the kind of leverage we're talking about, the kind of exposure that you can get, not just to your business, but to you, and to you to be able to go out and make relationships.
Massive international exposure. And think about some of the benefits here, Jacob. Being able to create new friends and new prospects, rather than having to go out and, there are some people that in the MLM industry, they go out and recommend and suggest to go out and buy leads. Create your own leads, use your Facebook, use your YouTube, use your Twitter, whatever, MySpace, whatever you choose to use. Use your social networking skills. Socialization online is a skill. It's not about selling people on your business opportunity. It's about creating relationships.
Absolutely. And understand that that's what we're doing. That's the benefit of social networking. You're going out, you're branding yourself. You're saying, this is who I am, this is what I'm about. You're creating your own opportunity for people to join your group. You can say, you can go in a lot of these social networks and you can say, hey, this is the Agile group, or you can say, this is the Paulsen marketing group, or whatever it is. And people who are interested in what you have to say, if you're really creating value, are going to follow you. And you can really expand your network this way.